Staples, Elena Lease. On the record in the matter, the people of the city of Lansing versus Elena Lease, file number 23-01035, Councilor Prince.
At Staples for the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Elena Lease.
The date set for a jury trial. I see that there was an offer that was extended. This was converted to a plea. The offer I have here is that the defendant was offered to plead guilty to failure to provide information under NCL 257.619. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
I see the attorney.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Yes, Your Honor, that's accurate.
Okay,
That's
Mr.
correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Staples, what's the maximum penalty?
Your Honor, that is a misdemeanor, 0-point misdemeanor, so punishable by 90 days and or not more than $500.
Okay, you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you want to accept that offer?
Yes, sir.
Please raise your right hand. There you go. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. I have an advice of rights and plea information sheet with today's date on it. Ma'am, is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you read this document?
Yes, sir.
You understand the rights listed there?
Yes, sir.
And you're willing to give up each of these rights today in order to accept the offer?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you would have to waive your right to have a trial on this matter. You have the right to have a jury trial. You have the right to the presumption of innocence at the time of your trial. You're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to have the city bring sufficient evidence to prove each element of the charge being brought against you at a trial beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you're willing to waive your right to the presumption of innocence and your right to jury trial?
Yes, sir.
That means you're giving up your right to cross-examine any other witnesses the city intends to call. You're giving up the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe would further a defense of this charge. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're also waiving your right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Anybody making any promises to you that you don't want to waive your right to plead guilty today?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Anybody making any promises to you that you don't want to waive your right to plead guilty to the amended charge? Any threats being made to you in exchange for a guilty plea today?
No.
Okay, are you entering a plea because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, sir.
As to the amended charge of failure to provide information, how do you please?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Matter of fact, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Lease, on or about December 19th, 2022, were you driving on Pleasant Grove at Mary Avenue?
Yes.
That's in the city of Lansing, County of Ingham?
Yeah.
Okay. And you were involved in a collision there?
Yes.
And did you fail to provide your driver license and insurance information to the other driver?
Yeah, I did.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the city?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
We're satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea if on your plea made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. I presume, Mr. Staples, that there's no victim.
Your Honor, there are victims. We've been in communication with them. They did receive their crime victims' rights letters and respond to us, but that's been the extent of our communication.
So, well, then I have to set it for, because your victim's on here today, I have to set it for sentencing.
That's correct, Your Honor.
June 13th at 8:30. June 13th at 8:30. You can appear via Zoom, okay?
Okay.
You just need to have video capabilities. I have to see you. You can't be driving. You need to be properly clothed, upright, and in a position prepared to carry on an official court proceeding, okay?
Yes, Jack.
Do you have any questions at this time?
Not at this time.
Okay, any additional matters for the record? Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, you're all set, ma'am. We'll get you a notice to appear, okay? Thank you. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Danny Joe Lang, file number 19-05001, council appearance.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee, appearing on behalf of Danny Lang. Okay, today's the date and the time set for sentencing. And we have a pre-sentence report. It was dated for May 11, 2023. Did you get a copy of that report, council? I did, Your Honor.
We need to make updates, corrections, or deletions.
No updates, deletions, or corrections, Your Honor.
Okay, you can make Al's motion.
Your Honor, what we would like to impress upon the court is how seriously Mr. Lang has taken this whole thing. One of the things that impressed me about him during our first conversation is that he had already began seeking treatment. One of the reasons the PSI recommends highway safety class and not some sort of an outpatient treatment is because he's already doing that. He started doing that right away. He started at CMH. He attended AA meetings. He's now at ITRS with Counselor Laura Marquis that he intends to continue seeing. Mr. Lang got caught up for a time after his retirement of working as a mechanic for 23 years at King Motors, and recognized he had a problem and began seeking treatment immediately upon the accident. Has been sober ever since, and that was my first impression.
Okay. Do you plan to make a statement?
I'm good.
You said you're good, you just want to get it over with? Get what over with? So I have a pre-sentence report and recommendation. It states here that you did complete the substance abuse assessment back in March, that you are already engaging, it looks like, in some treatment. You scored moderate to low risk. You had moderate to high scoring in the needs and personality domain, and then moderate to low needs in leisure activities and substance use domains. The recommendation is for a term of probation and for you to continue your necessary treatment. The probation department did express some concern regarding your reported prior alcohol use, as well as the very high alcohol level from this, the date of this action, which is 0.238 blood alcohol level. Based on the recommendation, your prior criminal history, as well as the assessment, I think a term of probation is appropriate. I will sentence you to 6 months probation. While on probation, you're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm, ammunition, or weapon of any kind. You're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, marijuana, or controlled substance unless you have a valid prescription. Do you understand that, sir? You're not to be at any bars or nightclubs while you're on probation. You're required to submit to random preliminary breath testing and or urinalysis testing. You are responsible for the cost of that, okay? I'm gonna order that you continue your treatment. You're gonna attend a 12-step program and provide written verification as directed by probation. You're gonna attend a victim impact panel within 90 days and provide verification to probation of that, okay? And you're retired, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about your probation status at this time?
No.
Okay, there are some fines and costs that must be assessed. There's a $75 crime victim rights fee per statute, which must be assessed. There's a $50 state minimum cost that also must be assessed. Let's see, I think there's OWI cost recovery. Okay, you owe $549.94 to the Lansing Police Department for responding to this incident. I'll waive discretionary fines and costs. 6 months of probation with a $30 per month oversight fee is $180. So that's a total of $854.94 that you will be responsible for. And when probation contacts you to go over this order, they'll explain to you what your monthly payment will be in order to be compliant with your probation status, okay? You have any questions about fines and costs?
No.
Okay, right there, what I've provided you is an advice of rights as to probation. You need to review that. It advises you as to when and how you can request early discharge from your probation status. If you have any questions, we can answer them.
No.
Okay, you've read that document? Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record today, council?
Nothing further.
You're all set. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Staples, do you need to talk with Miss Dodge at all?
If I could for a moment, that would be great.
Sure. Miss Dodge, you don't have an attorney, correct?
Correct.
Name on the list.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes,
What's your name?
Dennis Cates.
Okay. Does your office represent him now? Just a moment, Mr. Cates. We're just gonna wait for the city attorney to return, okay?
All right.
Mr. Cates, can you hear me?
Yes,
Do you have an attorney?
no,
Mr. Staples, can I put the two of you in a private breakout room?
Yeah, I guess my only question first would be if Mr. Cates is interested in having an attorney.
yeah,
Okay, I would ask then maybe if Mr. Lee or someone from the public defender's office is available to meet with him.
Mr. Staples, Miss Donnelly is gonna log in and speak with Mr. Cates.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Huh?
Good morning. Who's in the Ingham County Jail? Person in the jail, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Mr. Conley, I've got you, sir. Who's the other person in the county jail?
Jeffrey Cook.
Okay, thank you.
You got time.
Yeah.
Mr. Cook,
Yes. Yes, Your
I'm
Honor.
just gonna put you in the waiting room because there's some feedback from the jail, so it'll be just a minute, okay?
All right. Hello?
Just a minute, Mr. Cook.
Okay.
Ready, Mr. Gates?
Your Honor, this time Mr. Case is requesting a public defender. I've taken an application, so
Today's a new date.
yes.
At 10 a.m. June 13th at 10 a.m. is your new date, Mr. Cates. Can you unmute, sir?
Okay, could you repeat that, please?
Yes, your new date is gonna be June 13th at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Okay, you also need to come in and get your fingerprints, okay, sir? Mr. Cates. His signal is going on. Hear me, Mr. Cates?
Yes,
Okay, you gotta come in and get your fingerprints taken care of.
okay, I'll do that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a wonderful day.
Mr. Staples.
Okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Amanda Dodge, file number 22L2768872, council appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
And then Ms. Dodge is present via Zoom. She's without counsel. We adjourn this matter because our license was tied up due to a failure to pay a judgment before Judge Flores. Were you able to get a payment plan, Ms. Dodge? I can't hear you.
I apologize. I'm waiting on the paperwork from the court with the payment information.
Okay, Mr. Staples, how are we proceeding until then?
Your Honor, at this point, I would request a 30-day adjournment. Ms. Dodge and I spoke. The creditor has not contested the payment agreement. That period for them to do so has lapsed, and they are now sending her that information. As you know, mail has become slower and slower over the last couple years. So I think 30 days should give her enough time to get that information, make that first payment, and for that hold to be lifted.
Okay, sounds good.
July 11th at 9 a.m.
July 11th at 9 a.m. Do you have any questions today, Ms. Dodge?
No, I do not. Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem, we'll see you then. Is Trey Dupart here?
Was Your Honor, it was on the Zoom. Oh,
Oh, he's there, okay. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Trey Dupart. File number is 19-043230M, council appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Jerry Dupart, who is appearing separately by video.
Okay, Mr. Dupart, you can hear us, correct?
Hello?
Yes, you can hear us.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay, today was the date that was reset for a pre-trial after a couple of years of bench warrant status on this matter. How are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, at this time, I'm not sure what the offer would be. There was an offer 2 years ago, but at this time, Mr. Dupart had, we had body worn camera for this case, but that link from evidence.com has since expired, and I need to get a new one. If I could get a brief adjournment, I don't know how long it would take. It should, you would think a new link would be hard to get, but I just maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks to make sure that I get it and review it.
June 13th at 10. Do you have any questions today, Mr. Dupart?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the city.
Nothing for the defense.
Okay, we'll see you at your next court date, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Sam Jones the fourth, file number 23-00094, council appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Sam Jones.
Okay, today was the date and the time set for a pre-trial on a no ops. It looks like he was working with Wellness to restore his license, and he had an appointment on May 19th, and we reset that. I also have file number 23L2769671. This was a speeding one, 11-15, that he failed to appear for court for back on February 13th. There's a balance by default of $180. He requested an extension after a show cause hearing on March 16th, stated he would pay it within 7 days. Our notes state that you have not paid it. So if you're working to get your license, you gotta pay this too, sir.
All right. I thought I could have swore I handled that, but yeah.
You're in is this in bench warrant status? Yeah, this is in bench warrant status because you failed to pay.
All right. All right. Well, I'm gonna pay that.
When are you gonna pay this, sir?
Thought I paid it that day, but I guess I'll go in and pay it today.
Okay, I'll note that you'll pay this one today. And how are we proceeding on the no ops?
Your Honor, the issue of preventing Mr. Jones from obtaining his license was an OWI. He completed sobriety court and was working with Wellness. When he went to Wellness to get a letter that he needed for to present to the Secretary of State for restoration, they told him that he needed to have documented 12 months of sobriety. He only had documented 6 months. So he is seeking out a different provider. He's going to go to Pat's today, or I should say this week, to see if he can get a provider that will accept his 6 months of documented sobriety to get his license restored. So we're asking for a short adjournment to allow him time to explore that.
He said he's gonna go
To Pat's.
to Pat's. June 13th at 10 a.m.
All right. Thank
No problem. Do you have any questions today, sir?
you. No. But if I did pay, would they have like documents of that when I come up there? Because I thought I paid it that same day after we had court, but
If you did pay, it would, and they had documents, it would be in our system.
so then it would showed up right now then.
Correct.
All right. All right. Well, no other questions.
Okay. You're all set then. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready, Mr. Conley?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Benjamin Lance Conley, file number 23-01377 and 23L2773241. Council appearances.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Benjamin Conley.
Today's the date and the time set for pre-trial. I have two files. One is a disobeyed stop sign, and then I have a no license, never applied. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, in regards to the no license never applied, Mr. Conley reports that he had an epilepsy condition that was previously preventing him from getting his license. However, before he began his incarceration, he completed a 2-week sleep study at Sparrow and was cleared to go ahead and get his license restored. However, he has been incarcerated since that time. He's currently scheduled for release on July 10th and would like to ask the court if they'd be willing to adjourn this matter until after he gets out so he can go get his license.
Actually, I'm not willing to do that.
Okay. That being said, Your Honor, would you consider a brief 1-week adjournment so I can work out a plea with the prosecutor? I'm sure we can do that.
June 13th at 10:30. June 13th at 10:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Any additional matters for the record today?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense.
You're all set, Mr. Conley.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. I'm gonna move that jail video. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Jeffrey David Cook, file number 23L2780483. Council appearance.
Matt Staples on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Jeffrey Cook, who's appearing separately from Lincoln County Jail.
Okay, today's the date set for a pre-trial on a failure to display operator's license. How are we proceeding, counsel?
Your Honor, I was a late appointment on this on Friday evening. I don't even think anyone has my appearance yet. I don't have a ticket. So at this time, I would just be asking for a brief adjournment so I can get those documents.
June 13th at 10:30. You have any questions today, Mr. Cook?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Avina Lopez, file number 23-01413. Council appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of defendant Avina Lopez, who's appearing separately by video.
Okay, today was the date set for a pre-trial on a telephone harassment. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, this case coincides with a charge in the front of the state prosecutor's office as well concerning the same victim, Ms. Pavona. And of course, these are all, this is the victim that we had PA 53 hearings on. So at this time, I'm going to be requesting at least 30 days so I can request a transcript from that hearing.
July 18th at 9. July 18th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Do you have any questions today, Ms. Lopez?
No, I don't.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Nothing for defense, thank you.
Okay, you're all set, ma'am.
Thanks.
You're welcome. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Paige Elizabeth Smith, file number is 23-00270. council appearance.
Your Honor, I actually have, I didn't see Ms. Smith had appeared, and I do need to speak with her and Mr. Corliss before
Okay,
going on.
sounds good. Off the record.
Where like everything that's usually out for everything. And that's it. Yeah. No, they're not either. Yeah. Yeah. Let's take him.
You can be seated. Page Smith, ready to go?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Page Elizabeth Smith, file number 23-00270. Council appearance.
Matt Staples on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Paige Smith, who's appearing separately by video.
Today was the date and the time that was set for a pretrial, operating while intoxicated. I think this was adjourned because there was a recommendation for her to do outpatient treatment. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, though, the charge itself should be operating while under 21 with any BAC. That's what the complaint is stating. And at this time, Ms. Smith will be pleading guilty as charged.
Okay, is that correct, Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Yes. You raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
If you can put your hand down. Ms. Smith, this is a misdemeanor. The maximum penalty is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. You understand that?
Yes.
You have the right in this matter to proceed to trial. You have the right to a jury trial. You have the right to a presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to have the city prove you guilty by proving each element of the charge being brought against you at trial beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you willing to waive your right to the presumption of innocence at this time?
What's that?
Are you willing to waive your right to the presumption of innocence so that you can enter a guilty plea to the charge?
Yes.
Okay, so you also would have to give up your right to trial. So that means you're giving up the right that I previously advised you of, which is to have them plead each or prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. at trial, but you're also giving up your right to remain silent at trial and not have sounds be used against you. You're giving up your right to cross-examine any other witnesses they intended to call. You're giving up your right to call your own witnesses or present evidence at trial that you believe would further defense to the charge being brought against you. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes.
Are you entering a guilty plea because you believe you're guilty?
Yes. Yes.
So there's no one making any promises to you or threats to you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty today?
Nope. Nope.
Are you currently on probation or parole?
No. No.
You understand that a guilty plea can result in a conviction that you may need to report to your employer?
Yes. Yes.
You also understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that may have impact on any travel or immigration status that you may be seeking.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. As to the charge of operating while intoxicated persons less than 21 years of age, how do you plead?
Guilty. Guilty.
May I have a factual basis, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Smith, on August 16th of 2022, were you operating a vehicle on a highway, that being 5015 at or near 5015 South Cedar Street in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
And at that time, you were a person under 21 years of age.
Yes.
And had you been drinking before operating that vehicle?
Yes.
And would you dispute, or did you come into contact with the Lansing Police Department?
Yes.
And did they take your, a sample of your blood?
Yes.
All right, and do you dispute, or would you dispute at all that your blood alcohol content came out to 0.129 grams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood?
No.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Any questions from the city?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. This matter will be set for sentencing. Sentencing is going to be July 25th at 8:30. Prior to sentencing, you need to meet with our probation department. So you need to report to probation by 10:30 on Thursday of this week. Probation is in the building that the court is in, which is 124 West Michigan Avenue in Lansing. You need to report to them so that they can provide you with a questionnaire for you to complete, so they can prepare you for your pre-sentence interview, okay?
Okay.
And if you have not done an assessment, you're going to need to have an alcohol assessment done. They'll give you a list of places where you can get that done, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions at this time?
Nope.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Nothing for defense, thank you.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Is Jordan Bonds here? No. He had Court and I on there. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Dominic Corliss, file number 23-00697. Counsel appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of defendant Dominic Corliss, who is appearing separately by video.
Today was the date that we reset the pre-trial. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Corliss would like to accept the city attorney's offer of pleading guilty to an added count 2 of impaired driving.
Is that correct, Mr. Corliss?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Mr. Corliss, in this matter, you have the right to proceed to trial. You have the right to a jury trial. At the time of trial, you have the right to the presumption of innocence. You're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to cross-examine any of the witnesses the city intends to call against you. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe would further a defense to the charge. You have a right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. And you have the right to have the prosecutor, which is the city attorney's office, prove each element of the charge being brought against you at trial, and they have to prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. Are you willing to waive all of those rights today to accept the offer of impaired driving?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Okay. Is anybody threatening you to get you to waive your rights and plead to the impaired driving?
No,
Any promises being made to you in exchange for a guilty plea?
no,
Are you currently on probation or parole?
no.
You understand that a guilty plea can result in a conviction that you may need to report to your current employer. You may need to put a conviction on your future job application.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
You also understand that a guilty plea can result in a conviction that may have impact on travel or immigration status that you may be seeking.
Yeah.
And are you entering a guilty plea because you believe you're guilty?
Yes,
As to the amended charge of impaired driving, how do you plead?
guilty, Your Honor.
Factual basis, please.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Corliss, on February 28th of 2023, were you operating a vehicle at or near Bench Street and Gray Street in the city of Lansing, county of Hingham, state of Michigan?
Yes,
All right, and at that time and place, and before you'd been operating that vehicle, had you been drinking?
yes,
All right, and were you stopped by the Lansing Police Department?
yes, I was.
All right, and did you provide a breathalyzer when you were taken back to the station?
Yes,
All right, and do you dispute that you blew at the station a .16?
no, I don't.
All right, Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Any questions from the city?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
Court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. I find that your plea was made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Matter is set for sentencing July 25th at 8:30 in the morning. Prior to sentencing, you need to meet with our probation department. You need to report to probation no later than 10:30 on Thursday in person so that they can prepare you for the pre-sentence report and interview. A copy of your substance abuse assessment that you've already done can be provided to probation so that you won't have to pay and undergo a new one, okay?
Okay,
Do you have any questions at this time?
I don't, Your Honor.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Nothing for defense, thank you.
You're all set, sir. Thank you. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Erica Matthews, file number 23L2787091, counsel appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
An assistant public defender, Sarah Donnelly, on behalf of the defendant, Erica Matthews, who's appearing separately by video.
Okay, today was the date and the time set for a free trial and a failure to display a valid license. How are we proceeding?
It's my understanding, Your Honor, the city attorney has found that the ticket is to be defective and he'll be dismissing this.
That's correct, Your Honor. I'd make a motion to dismiss as the ticket is defective.
Motion to dismiss is granted. You're all set, Ms. Matthews.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Latanya Polite, File number 14-06041, council appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Latanya Polite.
Is that who's in the jail?
Yes.
Okay. Today's the date and the time that is set for a pre-trial. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, I was just to assign this file last week and have not yet received any discovery on it. Mr. Staples indicates that he has not yet received our appearance and request for discovery. I show that we sent it in on the 22nd, so we're going to resubmit our request for discovery and ask for an adjournment until such time as we've been able to review the material.
June 13th at 10:30. Any additional matters for the record today?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
The only thing the defense would request is that Polite be released as soon as possible. It's our understanding that she's being held in regards to a money issue out of South Bend, Indiana. We intend to file the writ of habeas corpus if she's not released today. So we just want to put it on the record that we feel she's making detained at this time.
Temporarily detained, her bond is set at 210%.
She paid it. She's still being held. She reports the jail told her because she owes money to a court in South Bend, Indiana.
They have a hold on her?
That's what she said.
Okay, well, I have no control over that. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing further now.
Okay, she's all set. You're all set, Ms. Polite.
Armstead didn't come back?
Armistead is here.
Oh, she took it.
On the record of the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Leasia Armistead, file number is 23-01169. So Armistead, please start your video. Okay, council appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
Defender John Lee on behalf of Leasia Armstead. Your Honor, the prosecutor has made an offer to Ms. Armstead, but I have not yet had a chance to communicate with her.
Okay, well, I'm gonna arraign her on this and we'll get it in the court date. Okay, I have a new file here. File number is 23-01627. It's the people of the state of Michigan versus Leasia Renee Armistead. Ms. Armistead, this is the file I believe that the prosecutor indicated last week was waiting to be authorized. It's been authorized. I have a misdemeanor complaint here. It alleges that on or about May 7, 2023, at the area of 610 West Ottawa Street, City of Lansing, Ingham County, State of Michigan, that you did allegedly contrary to law commit the act in count 1 of assault or assault and battery. It alleges that you did make an assault or assault battery upon the following person, that being a Jacqueline Jackson, and this was done, or Jacqueline Jackson, contrary to MCL 750.811. Restitution may be ordered as this offense may have resulted in damage to another individual's property or physical injury or death. This is a misdemeanor and the maximum penalty is 93 days in jail and or up to $500 in fines. And a consecutive sentence may be imposed under the law if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. Do you understand the charge and the maximum penalty, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have the right to be represented by counsel. If you can afford to hire an attorney, you can make a request to have the public defender's office represent you at the expense of the public. You are currently represented by the public defender's office on your other pending matters, so the court will note here that you are seeking representation on this one as well, correct? Ms. Armistead, did you hear my question?
Yes, I said yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, my phone, the service is kind of bad.
Okay, thank you. Okay. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say and anything that you put in writing can be used against you. You have the right to plead guilty, plead not guilty, or stand mute. If you stand mute, we'll proceed to a pretrial and trial on this matter. You have the right to have a trial in this matter, and at the time of trial, you have the right to remain silent and not have silence be used against you. You have the right to the presumption of innocence, so you're innocent until the prosecution can prove you guilty. You have the right to require the prosecution to prove you guilty by proving each element of the charge of assault and battery beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. You have the right to see, hear, or question any of the witnesses that the prosecution intends to call. You have the right to call your own witnesses to trial, and you have the right to present evidence at trial that you believe furthers defense to the charge being brought against you. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about those rights?
No.
You saw the address on Linaway, correct?
Yes.
I will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. This matter will be set for a pretrial. June 5th at 9:30. Your pretrial will be the rest of the stuff. June 5th at what time? 9:30. June 5th at 9:30, which is the same time as the remaining of your state matters, okay?
Okay.
Bond will be set in the amount of $500 personal recognizance. There's a no contact order that will be put in place for the protection of Jacqueline Jackson. You're not to be within 500 feet of wherever Jacqueline Jackson lives, works, or goes to school. You're not to have contact directly or indirectly with Jacqueline Jackson. Excuse me, Jacqueline Jackson. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. You're not to travel outside the state without prior approval of the court. You're not to possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. You need to report to all of your court dates. Do you have any questions about your bond conditions?
No, ma'am.
Oh. Okay, hang on tight. We'll get you in a private meeting room with your attorney, and then you'll get a new date on this one as well. What's your phone number, ma'am?
517-962-1150.
Have any dates for the furnishing false information? 13. This furnishing false information will be June 13th at 11 a.m., okay?
Okay.
Okay, hang on tight. Mr. Lee's gonna be put in the private meeting room with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Staples, I think that's all we have.